Okay, welcome everyone to another update. Yesterday was definitely a very interesting day. Lots of mixed moments in the market. We're still seeing a continuation of that, but just from a different perspective. What I mean by that is this. I'm going to go into this account here, and we can see that it is lower than yesterday. We were at 98,000 bits, so we're hovering around the 70,000 bit range. And that's because what we're looking at today is the another bullish attempt from the US dollar. Now, whenever there's a bullish attempt from the US dollar, this is usually what we get in the markets, especially with certain dollar pairs, especially with commodities, gold in particular, silver as well. For those of you who have access to our daily financial market report, you can go ahead and check that out. You'll notice that there are a lot of extreme stresses, and I'll go ahead and talk about that right now. Let's get into the daily financial market report. Okay, so with the daily financial market report, what we have here is, of course, always make sure that the date reads the present date. Okay, and I'm not going to go over each MAS score. What I want to talk about is I want to take a closer look at commodities, especially where gold is involved here. You can see there's a lot of extreme stress, primarily on the current market movement is what I'm focusing on. So we do see an extreme stress with current market movement. We do see a pressure that finally has taken over with gold versus Australian dollar. It's been one day now. Yesterday was the new trend when it started. So this is one full day. So we do see that gold did give in to the Australian dollar, but that's not surprising because of the strength of the Australian dollar. Right now, the Australian dollar is the strongest currency around, next to probably the New Zealand dollar and in probably the Canadian dollar right now. So we are seeing some in the futures market, a lot of stressors taking place with a lot of these other currencies. But it's not surprising to see this take place with the Australian dollar, especially when it's being compared to gold. All right, especially now. All right. Now remember, gold movement is very heavily reliant on the dollar, especially with speculations and things of that nature. Overall, I will say this, that I better not say it because I do have members who do pay for this service and I don't want to give too much information publicly. All right, but we do see some extreme stress on gold versus euro. We also see a sell between gold versus silver. That's also a very good indicator as well, just between those two precious metals. There's some extreme stresses taking place with silver on both of these silver pairs. So you can already see, and palladium as well. So you can already see the extreme stressors that are taking place in the commodities market. So it's right now it's the commodities market's turn to kind of go through a mild little storm, but for the most part, the MAS score is still pretty high. All right, so we're actually very hopeful about this situation. We're gonna wait and see what happens this week. We do have one more trading day left, which is tomorrow, and if it doesn't pan out as far as what we're looking for, as far as gold and silver prices, that means that we are going to have to take the current market value approach on this. That's the good thing about this strategy. The choices that we pick are based on a lot of the choices that we pick are based on the futures market from current market value and current market movement perspective. I'm going to go over the futures right now. For those of you who have access to the daily financial market report, I'm going to give you guys a brief explanation as to how to interpret the information below and how to use it for your best, towards your advantage, to be able to choose and pick the best pairs out of this whole bunch of pairs. All right. And we do see some other new movements with the indices, by the way. So now with the top picks, at the bottom you'll see that there's a section called top picks. This is a tool that will better help you to choose the cream of the crop, so to speak. All right. It doesn't mean that the other ones won't make profit. Obviously they do. You can tell from the account that I showed you, they're mixed. They're not all pairs that associate themselves with this, but the whole premise is trying to put pairs together that are opposing. So as you can see, if you look at the daily financial market report, those of you who have access to it, you'll notice that all the pairs that are bunched up together, the first group there, are all pointing up. That means those pairs are showing a very strong buy trend. And the other two, the one just joined the US dollar, by the way, but you can see there's volatility that's indicated on the US dollar. So that's one of the reasons why you're going to see a lot of the US dollar pairs are going to go through some volatility between today and probably tomorrow, and may clear up, of course, by the start of the week, maybe Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday, all right, of next week. So it's about putting the pairs together that are opposing. And if you go to the next section underneath, it says profitable, volatile, opposing pairs. Not all of them are volatile. You see the newcomer, there's no volatility mark there. So you can see that the volatility mark is associated with the US dollar. But if you notice, what's most important to pay attention to is that each one that's paired together are opposing. That's what set these pairs apart. All right, they are opposing one another. So you see the first pair there on this list, one is going up, and the second one next to it is going down. All right, same with the next one under the list. One is going up on the list there on the futures market, and one is going down. So you can see that they are opposing each one. You go through this whole list, you'll see they're opposing until you get to the indices. These are on here for different reasons, because both current market value and current market movement are in complete agreement. So that's why they're on here. Okay, so if you have any questions, guys, contact us. We're looking for some very, very interesting moves in the market. But throughout all of these interesting moves, we're going to help you navigate through the market, help you navigate through the Forex market, all of the markets, even the storms. And that's what we're here for, guys. We're going to help you get on the other side. Sometimes it's going to be a bit of a bumpy ride. That's expected. But the most important thing is that you get to your destination safely and you make your profits. All right. This is Gabriel, the Forex Helper, and I'll see you on the next update. God bless.